Welcome back to the University of Utah EAE Launch 2023, where we're celebrating games that have been produced this semester, or this year, I apologize. Next up is Highrise Guardians, and we're going to check out the trailer right now. That was an awesome trailer, Highrise Guardians. A few of them here will introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about the game.
Hi everybody, we are Bold Games, that's our team's actual company name, and also I'm the taker designer in our team. I do mostly animation. Here is our lead programmer, and he do the most internet work, and also make sure the game mechanic works smoothly. And here is our core game mechanic designer. He also do some software works, and he kind of like a lead guy, like both games, Hideo Kojima, and he back he's in the front, and he's in charge in most of the time, and he's our reliable leader. And this is Yan Yibao. Sorry for forgetting to introduce his name. And this is Ye Xiangzhou, and I'm Alex Liu, and yeah, that's our team.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about Highrise Guardian. What's it about?
It's at the beginning we decided to make like a retro style FPS shooter, which is kind of close to the Quakes, but we want our personal touch in that. As you can see, you see over there is our lobbies, and you can build your own soldier. So the game kind of shift into a hero shooter, but it's different. You see, all the hero shooter on the market is like Overwatch and stuff like that. The abilities or passive or even weapons are pre-designed. It's like you cannot choose your own. In our game, we can let the player itself to choose what kind of weapons or abilities, even passive abilities, to fit their own playstyle to fulfill their own fantasy of kind of being a hero built by their own. And that's part of our games. And the core game is 3 versus 3, but we also support like smaller numbers. Like if you want to do the ego challenge of 1 versus 1, you can definitely do that. But our game is best experience with 3 versus 3, so that's about our game.
That's awesome. And so it's available on Steam right now, correct?
That's correct. You can wish this right now, and the game will be able to download tonight. So
we'll be able to download, and it's sorry, I'm stuttering. It's available to download tonight.
Yeah.
And what type of players would be interested in this game?
I think, as you can see, as I was just talk about, the player can fit their own playstyle. So I think it's also okay for the casual player, because If, for example, if they want a slower gameplay or stealth gameplay, they can choose the ability for example, in being invincible, so that they will not always be stalked by the high skill player. But the high skill player, you can see there are some weapons that are really powerful, but a little bit hard to shoot, like this shotgun right here. It's high damage, but there's a long casting after each shoot. So I think we are fitting for both audience, either casual or pro. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And speaking of the name Highrise Guardians, how does it come into play?
Highrise is actually the original name. This name is from one of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 map, and that was my favorite. They are placing at the rooftop, and that's actually where we are. But the original Highrise map was kind of very yellowish. We took inspiration from Mirror's Edge and some also Splatoons, and they are really vibrant, while so that the game can be more attractive. And as you can see, we are kind of in the anime style, so that's I think that the vibrant color fits the whole thing more, and that's why we call it Highrise Guardians. Yeah.
No, I love it, and I was actually going to bring that up and ask you about the art. So kind of, I can see it now, the Mirror's Edge, and the style very clean, very bright, very readable. How does that affect the gameplay of the game?
So firstly, in many modes, there's in my own personal opinion, there are two type of like an arcade shooter in the market. One is they have a gritty feels, but the gameplay is arcadey, and there's another type is like pure arcadey. And for the first type of game is like gritty arcadey is kind of like what a modern Call of Duty right now, but experience is that they sometimes suffer from the visibility, and as I was mentioning, we want the game to be more fitable for the casual and pro. And one key element for pro players, they want clear visibility, and that's why we go for vibrant. Yes,
I love it. I love it. And are there were there any technical challenges that you ran into that were kind of a surprise, or what was the biggest technical challenge you guys faced with getting this all to work with multiplayer on the same maps and all that?
I'd say one of the key things we kind of in the challenge of is make sure our dedicated servers online. So our service is not actually LAN party. It's like you don't have to find 6 people all at the same network internet environment. You can just find 4 friends who is online on your Discord channel and just call them up, and let's join the game. And to make sure that everything is synced, and also make sure the detection is correct. And when one player is got hit by another one, we make sure the time is not delayed hugely. And that's one of our key challenge, I think. Yes.
Yeah. Is there anything that the team is most proud of as far as either the art or the gameplay, or is there anything unique that you're like, holy smokes, I'm really proud that we put this thing in the game?
I'd say we're proud of every single thing in our game, because everything you see in the trailer, or if you are in the play our game, every single thing we made is made by ourselves. There's zero markets, like a Unreal market thing. Everything from animation, models, for example, netcode stuff, and also the internet settings, also, and all the abilities or effects are created by ourselves. So we are proud of everything we work, because they are cohesive. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So are there any surprising things from watching playtests or watching anybody who has played your game that kind of an emergent gameplay or something you noticed as you were going through development?
Can you repeat that question again?
Anything that kind of surprised you when you watched the user base play your game that maybe was unexpected?
Oh, they really like to use a shotgun, which is at the beginning, because we think it's slow, and from the very original design, we put the second weapon on the UI right there is the nail gun, which is most user friendly. That's we expect every use, because it's easy and the damage is okay. But it seems everybody liked the shotgun because the aesthetic of it, which when it's reloading. Yes.
That's beautiful. Any advice for future game developers who may want to get into making games like this one?
Put your passion into it.
I think that's beautiful because this to me, of all the games in the grad thesis group, was the game of passion. I'm assuming this is the type of game you all like to play.
Yes. Every single one in our team are huge FPS fans, and also some anime fans in there, so we can have a better touch on the art style. Yes.
So do you get together a lot and play it when playtesting with each other?
Yes.
That's beautiful. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. So where can they find the game?
Steam.
All right,
Just
everybody.
search Highrise Garden, you will find it.
Go find it. Look at it. Especially if you're into first-person shooters, this is the way to go. Beautiful game. Beautiful job, team. You guys did an amazing job. Okay, we're going to take a little bit longer break. We're going to look at. We're going to take a 15-minute break. Look at some of the alternative control game development process, and we will be back in just a little later to check out the remaining grad games.